I'm going to beat the Christians to the punch, y'all. I'm beating the Christians to the punch. You see that right there? A lake has formed in the desert. And Isaiah 35 speaks about how the desert will bloom and it will be so beautiful in Lebanon. And the people will rejoice because God has judged the nations. And this is a sign of the end times. I'm beating the Christians to the punch because that is in California, in Death Valley. Recently, a few days ago, they had rains that were so tremendous that it created a lake and people were kayaking on it. And if they found themselves in danger, all they had to do was stand up because the lake is only 2 feet deep. 2 feet deep. That is not a lake. This is something that occurs in the Death Valley. The last time it happened was about 19 years ago. So 20, 30 years, somewhere between every 20 to 30 years, this happens where there are heavy rains in Death Valley and it creates this little 2-foot lake. This is not anything miraculous. This is not talking about the end times. As a matter of fact, Isaiah 34, 35 is not talking about the end times at all. The judging of the nations and the desert blooming. What this is talking about, because Isaiah, although some traditionalists say that Isaiah was written by one person over a 15-year period, it is still very debatable whether or not it was written by one person over that 15-year period. But most likely, Isaiah was written from the 8th century down to into the Babylonian captivity. And what Isaiah was prophesying was the time frame to which the Israelites would be able to return back, that God would grant them their return back to Israel and reestablish the kingdom and judge all the nations for what they had done to Israel. And Israel will once again flourish. But what we do know of true history, which makes Isaiah a false prophet, is that the desert did not bloom. Is that Cyrus came in and he freed them, but they still remain a vassal state of the Persian Empire. And after the Persian Empire, they were a vassal state of the Greek Empire. For a short period of time, they were independent with the Maccabees, but then they became a vassal state, once again, of the Roman Empire, and never gained their own independence until 1947. But the problem with this lake is that it's not in Lebanon. It's not in the Middle East. It's in California. Therefore, when you see somebody say that this is a proof of God's return and proof of the Bible is the end times happening now, and they show you this, they lying. Straight line. So always remember, you got to watch out for these people. You got to keep your eyes open. You can't just take what they say at face value. Don't even take what I'm saying at face value. Go look it up and see what happened with this lake in California. And then actually do some research on Isaiah, and you'll find out that Isaiah is talking about when Israel, the Jews, will take back their land. And I know I'm going to get some people, the 1947. Those the Ashkenazis and the Khazars is not the real, hey, Hebrew Israelites. I challenge y'all. Go take that land. Get mobilized and go take it. If y'all the true Hebrew Israelites, go take it. Always remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.